What's going on YouTube? How you guys doing? What's going on IG? All right, so we are back. It's been a pretty interesting week, but before we go into that, how's everybody doing? You guys doing okay? How does it feel to see all your investments go down? How does that feel? Does that feel nice? Are you still doing this with your emotions as your portfolio shrinks? I mean, if that's what you're doing, I'm just letting you know right now that you don't have to worry about that. Because again, when others are running and are fearful, time to be greedy, right? Let me start our actual other recording here. Hold on one second. Hey, what's going on? So now we're on all three platforms. We have our podcast going. We've got our YouTube channel. We've got our IG. Hey, what's going on, J33 Legacy? What's going on, brother? How you doing? All right. So today we have a pretty juicy topic. I'm going to have ThaHackman come on a little bit later on, maybe around the 10-15 minute mark. So in the meantime, we're going to kind of go over some of the things that we talked about last week, go over some of the things that my wife talked about on the live stream that she had 2 weeks ago, where she discussed relationships. I think it's important that, during this time, especially with COVID, there's a lot of talk about relationships and why it's important for us to make sure that we're maintaining healthy relationships during this time. I think a lot of you know, let me just turn down this light a little bit. YouTube, I'm sorry, but hold on one second. Let me just turn this down a little bit, a little bright for my eyes there. There you go. Got to let my melanin come out. Melanin's got to pop. So, during this COVID time, a lot of us have had to deal with isolation, right? Where we weren't able to meet up with family, meet up with friends, do the things that we typically do. And now that the vaccine is here, it's kind of cool because now we can actually do things again. That is one of the beauties of kind of a time like this, even though there's a lot of turmoil, a lot of death, there's always a silver lining in everything. And I think the further we go down this path where we're seeing a lot of folks losing their lives, a lot of loved ones coming down with COVID, it forces us to realize, the blessings that are, a part of this journey. If you were able to have these individuals in your lives prior to COVID, and then they got hit with COVID virus, and now they're very sick, your energy, your positive energy was going to be what boosts them through this issue, right? So this is a time to really reflect and make sure that we're really loving on those who are closest to us, because you never know when that time is going to come, right? So one of the things that I talked about last week, and we had a very short meeting last week, and it was kind of designed to be that way because I wanted to get some quick hits across about something that I learned that week, which was about the vaccine. And I posted that stuff last week, but just to kind of go over it very quickly, we're living in a time where information is key. I am not for or against anything. I am just for information specifically and against disinformation, right? Or misinformation. I'm against that. I think that a lot of the things that we talked about last week, we spoke about the V, so that's vaccine, but we say the V word. That way we don't get shut down by Instagram. We talked about the misinformation of what it is per definition. So if you guys haven't done so yet, you can follow us on YouTube. Click the link in my bio. We have the live stream going up right there. I want to show you a few things about last week's episode that just made a lot of sense to me. So last week we talked about something called viral escape, right? And this week there was actually a news article that came out that talked about that very same thing, and this isn't new. I'm not surprised that this is happening. And just so that you guys know, oh, we got a request from the hack. Hold on one second. Let me get this in here. All right, let's bring the hack on. Let's get the hack in here and then I'll continue. Sir, welcome. Good, man. How are you, brother? Yeah, no, I can see you. You're good. You're good. Adjusted my mic here. Hold on a second. All right. Adjust my camera. Yeah, no, I was literally about to just go through something real quick. So while you're here, this is going to be good. So last week we talked about viral escape or immune escape. It's called antigenic escape. And the definition is it occurs when the immune system of a human being is unable to respond to an infectious agent, or in other words, the host's immune system is no longer able to recognize and eliminate a virus or pathogen, right? So the reason why I'm even bringing this up is because, again, we have this idea of information. Information is key to me. I'm not here to tell anybody if they're right or wrong on their health choices. I'm just here to give you as much information as I can, right? So now there's discovery in like New York, as well as some parts of the Western states, that there is now a new virus, a new COVID strain, right? A new variant, they call it. That's even more deadly than the one that we originally had in 2019. So I want to go through one quick definition for folks, and I'm going to dictionary.com. If you guys are following us on YouTube, you'll see my screen. And if you're just looking at this afterwards, you won't see it, but I'll just read it out for you. So the definition of immune. Actually, let me go back. Let me back it up. The definition of, you guys are following me on YouTube? Okay, definition of vaccine, right? Again, I'm all about information here. Definition of vaccine, and I'm going to start using the word V to describe vaccine. I'm not going to say the word anymore, because the more you say it, the more times you're going to get caught with something that I don't want to get caught with. So let's just say V, okay? The V word. So the V word is defined as any preparation used as a preventive inoculation to confer immunity against a specific disease, usually employing an innocuous form of the disease agent as killed or weakened bacteria or viruses to stimulate antibody production. Okay, I'll read that again. Any preparation used as a preventive inoculation to confer immunity against a specific disease, usually employing an innocuous form of the disease agent as killed or weakened bacteria or viruses to stimulate antibody production. Now, I'm going to go into the word immunity, because it says it's to confer immunity against specific disease. Okay, definition of immunity, this is all dictionary.com, is the state of being immune from or insusceptible to a particular disease or the like. The condition that permits either natural or acquired resistance to disease. The ability for a cell to react immunologically in the presence of an antigen or virus. Okay? Definition of immunity. Now let's go to definition of immune, and I'm going somewhere with this, right? Definition of immune is, it's an adjective, it's protected from a disease or the like as by inoculation of or relating to the production of antibodies or lymphocytes that can react with a specific antigen, immune reaction. Now, how is the definition of what I've just read, so the V word going into immunity and then what immune means, all of that, how is it that the vaccination that we've been getting lately, and I'm sorry for using that word, does it give you immunity? Now, every other vaccine I've ever gotten, I'm going to start using the word, every other V that I've gotten in the past has given me immunity to whatever I took, the V4, right? This isn't like that. This isn't like that. And by the definition, it's not giving us immunity, right? So why are we defining it like that? Why are we defining this V as if it's an actual V? Real V's give me immunity to whatever the disease is. If I have smallpox, V, I'm not getting smallpox. If I have hepatitis V, I'm not getting hepatitis. Like, there is a specific terminology that we're using here, and they're using it very loosely. Remember, the definition of a V is any preparation used as a preventative inoculation to confer immunity. That's the key word here, to confer immunity against a specific disease or pathogen. So I'm gonna leave you with that, because that right there is the beginning of that conversation you're gonna have with your loved ones. My thing is, we're calling it something that it's really not, even though it's helping to, administer folks to get less severe reactions if they get inoculated with COVID. My thing is, you're calling this thing a V when per definition, it's not one of those, because everyone that gets that V can still get COVID, and they can still pass on COVID to others who didn't get the V, right? So to me, it's just a job that I think we need to always make sure that we're being very prepared for and against, right? So I think I lost the hack. Let me see if he's here again. Let me see if I can have him join on. Hold on one second, folks. Let me see if I can get him in here. All right, let me send that request off to him. So today we're talking about, again, we're talking about viruses. We're going to be talking about hacked information. Just wanted to kind of get that vaccine conversation out the way very quickly, because again, a lot of folks think that they're getting one of these, and in reality, this isn't what they're actually getting. I see you, sir. I see you. Welcome back. Had to. No worries. No worries, man. Let's get into it. So, for all those who don't know my guest today is ThaHackman. He is our resident guru of all cybersecurity things. I've known the gentleman for quite some time, and he joins us once every month to go over our Wealth Wednesday cybersecurity information. So, sir, welcome again. Love having you on here. So listen, so yeah, I have it up on the YouTube channel and YouTube stream. So this article is the one that I kind of wanted to touch on first, and then kind of digress from this to wherever we go. So this article talks about a Forex broker leaks billions of customer records online. So Forex is foreign exchange. It's one of the trading platforms that a lot of folks that I know are using to make money during this time, and even maybe lose some money during this time, and has a lot to do with different option tradings against currencies, all the nine. So this article was written literally today, and it says that over 20 terabytes of sensitive customer data has been accidentally leaked online by a popular online trading broker after it's misconfigured in a cloud database. So, Hack, I don't know if you saw this article. I tried to send it to you early so you can kind of take a look at it. So so for anyone who actually got caught in this, because there's a lot of folks I know who trade in Forex, what the hell should they do? Because again, we're talking 16 million global traders. We're talking, 16 billion records exposing millions of customers' personal identification information, passwords, phone numbers, IP address, social media IDs. Like we're talking everything that's your digital life is literally compromised if you're one of these 16 million people. So what are they supposed to do, man? You tell me. Mm, right. Mm, right. 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 Hmm. Suspicious. Hmm. Right. Hmm. Yeah. Hmm. Whoa, I didn't know that. I got to test that out as soon as we get off the phone. Okay. Oh man. Right. It seems like a very weird accident. How do you just leave all that data unlocked? Like you're just that doesn't. Yeah. Right. That saves a lot of writing. Of course. You're like, right. Right. Hmm. This is one of those things, man. And that's you're right. I mean, I think we all suffer from short-term memory loss. We do this thing where it's a big deal today, but I think I blame kind of our ADHD commercials and all the other things that take our attention from actual real things. We just tend to move on very quickly. Like think about, some of the most atrocious things we've seen in 2020. People getting murdered, people getting killed, folks kneeling on someone's neck till they die. Like all of those things you're not thinking about them the way that you thought about them when they were happening. You go back a year from now, George Floyd, you're going to be thinking about this man. Today, unless I mention his name, you're going about your day, worrying why your stock portfolio is shrinking by 10%. Like that's, again, we just suffer from this thing where we don't care long enough. You know what I mean? So I think for this though, I think it's going to be different for folks who actually have this happen to them. I feel like they're the ones that are going to care for a long time because if you get hacked, and now your data is out there and someone's now applying for credit cards, applying for lines of credit, doing all this stuff. You check your credit karma and you see that there's a whole bunch of things in your name that don't belong to you. Oh, you'll care now. Trust and believe. You won't have short-term memory. You won't have short-term memory loss at all. You will care. Yeah, if you're not applying for anything, freeze it. Why not? Right. Right. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Now, where would you buy a policy like that? Is that something that comes off of like maybe a home insurance policy? Is that something that comes off of like a personal liability insurance? Like where would you go to get something like that if someone was interested in trying to protect that insurance wise? Right. Hmm. Okay. Mhm. I'm literally checking it out as you're doing it now. We have it up on the YouTube. So for folks, it's called lifelock.com. What is identity theft and pricing? Um, yeah. So we got it here. Yep. That's a good problem to have. Hmm. Oh, wow. Okay. Okay. It's all happening now. Hey, welcome to America. Okay, coming to America. Okay, Eddie Murphy did it best. Yeah, we're on the site right now, so it talks about starting the membership. I mean, the prices vary from $8.29 a month up to $24.99 a month for the Ultimate Plus, and that's up to $1 million in stolen funds reimbursement. So, I mean, again, these are types of things. Again, back in insurance time, this wasn't even relevant back in 2006. You know what I mean? Like for us, at least for most people. Now it's like you're talking about this in 2021. It's like, oh, this is a must. You know, if you have anything that's worth protecting, you've got to make sure that you have that coverage, because you don't want to have it after you've been exposed. And you know what I mean? It's like a shopping cart. You want it before you need it, right? Instead of needing it and not having it. So definitely understand that. So folks, this is lifelock.com. And what the hack is saying is that, you know, he has this to protect himself against any type of fraudulent activity or identity theft related, you know, movements that take his money away. That makes sense. Yeah. Right. Mm-hmm. Right. Mm. Wow. Hmm. That makes a lot of sense. And again, if this is something that's going to be increasing in you know, the occurrence going forward, that's going to be probably the new type of coverage that you'll need on top of everything else that you have to be accountable for. I think someone asked about Identity IQ. I'm on their site right now. If you're following our YouTube, the link's in my bio. Secure Max is a $29 monthly revenue. Sorry, the monthly plan. Secure Pro is $19. Secure Plus is $9, and it offers some of the similar features. But this, again, these are sort of like tomatoes and tomatoes. You know, I think they're all going to kind of solve the issue, similar to how you have different, you know, protection, you know, companies that do cybersecurity protection for your personal computers in your home. You know, just a matter of researching and figuring out what you like. So I think, again, as long as it solves a problem that you're looking to solve, which is identity theft related money, you know, thievery, then, you know, I think all of these kind of are created equal though. What do you think, Hack? Are these, all these companies kind of the same? Gotcha. All right. We're on the website here. Freeservices.americansmith.com. Yep. We monitor what matters to your life, benefits of credit secure, detection and alerts, FICO score reports, support and assistance, credit monitoring, identity monitoring. All right. So, folks, if you're following our YouTube, the link's in the bio. Go on there. We're looking up all these things as the hack is talking about it so we can kind of show you where to go. All right. Okay. So, okay. Well, I mean, that is good. So that's the type of insurance that we can get to cover ourselves. So Hack, so since we spoke last, I mean, the last time we talked last month, we were talking about a few different types of new attacks that were happening that were a little bit more prevalent than others. Anything new in that realm or arena that you've seen in the last 30 days that we want to kind of highlight right now, or is it pretty much the same old, same old? We talked we talked about that, yeah. Well, yeah, okay. Okay. Mm, wow. Wow. That's annoying. Yo, that is so annoying. So you're telling me that I can't go take this 20,000, go buy a car, buy a motorcycle, go relax my skin. No, it's not even mine. It's not even theirs. It's a figment of my imagination. The Matrix. Hmm. Right. That's annoying. That makes me mad because it's like you have access to your account information. You have access to stuff. You don't think that your bank account's going to get into that situation. You don't think that's going to happen. So that's ooh, got it. Right. But the time that it takes to do all that, this is why I'm saying, like, we've got to be careful, folks, because if we're looking at these things, and this is the first time you've seen things like this, like, we're in a space now where these folks are getting so damn creative that they're finding ways to do things to scam us that we have never seen before. So it's like, if you're not in these conversations with folks like, the hack or other cybersecurity individuals in the industry, like, you're going to get put in a position where you just aren't aware that these things are possible. I mean, I even like there was even this hack, and I was watching this on I think it was a WhatsApp chat group. Someone sent me this. It was a scam at airports where they load up some type of data into the USB ports that you can charge your devices on at the airport. So once you stick your actual USB device in to charge your phone, your laptop, your iPad, whatever it is, once you plug into that device socket, your entire personal information is now compromised. They literally mount software onto your device and they can track your information. They can track where you're going. They can see any passwords that you type in. Anything you type is now theirs. If you send a text or receive a text, they can see it. Like this guy was literally telling this man his bank account number, the text message his wife just sent him. He was literally, and his screen just looked like a bunch of zeros and ones and stuff, but he knew how to read it. It was a very strange hacker screen. And this guy is a professional hacker who works with like special, like the federal government to kind of secure certain things. So he's literally paid to hack things to see if they're secure. That's his job. So he basically did this in this report and he hacked into this stuff. And I'm like, yo, that's a thing that's happening right now. That's real. I'm like, we need to be very, 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 very specific about what we're doing. Like this is real stuff, man. Hmm. What do you mean a free key? What does that even mean? Hmm. Right. Right. Mm-hmm. You're damn right. I want to see what's in there. I want, I want to see what's in that key. Oh my God. We're good to go. Yeah, we're good to go. Like that. So the old scams still work. hmm So you were saying don't plug that into your computer. Plug it into your best friend's computer. Just find someone else's computer. Go to the library. Plug it into the library, and just see what's popping. You know what I mean? But not your stuff. Okay. hmm Okay. Hold on once. Okay. Go ahead. hmm As we speak. All right. I just loaded up your text message on my laptop, so I'm trying to pull this up now. Uh, I'm waiting for this to refresh. Yeah, the Mac, you gotta load up and do things. Oh, yeah, you can send it again. I just sent you a test. Did you see it? Okay. If this pops up, then we're good to go here. Oh man. All right, so when that pops up, I'll see it and nothing. Through this, yeah, it'd be amazing. As a matter of fact, hack, you want to? Well, yeah, that wouldn't work. That actually wouldn't work. I was trying to figure out a way to troubleshoot that, but as soon as it comes in, I'll put it up. But that was just basically a picture of or a link for where the got you. Okay. And this is for iPhone users, folks. And I think Moto Group, you had a question that isn't Apple a part of the problem? Well, I mean, I think they're all a part of the problem, but I think the more important thing is we just need to have our own solutions because I don't feel like even like Instagram, Facebook, all of these giants are all a part of the issue. It's not like these guys are exempt from what's happening right now. You know what I mean? So, it's you can't stop them all. So the goal is to at least have your tools in your vest that you can utilize to protect yourself. Because right now, if you have what's it called Facebook Messenger on your cell phone, all your data is already theirs anyway. So it's not like it's not like you have these guys all have your stuff, but at least you can sue them. If they leak your stuff, you can sue them directly. If Apple leaks your stuff, you can sue Apple directly. You know who you can't sue? The guy on the black web that has no affiliation to anybody that has your stuff. So to me, that's where it comes down to. It's like, where's your recourse at? You know what I mean? Do you have recourse where you can actually go through and, save yourself? You know what I mean? So, all right, I got it here. Just came up. Let me just copy and paste this in our Google. Okay. If you guys are on our YouTube channel, we're going to put it up right now. So if you're on there, you can take a look at that. So that is the steps, and I'll make sure. Right. Wow. Change that one. Yeah. Hmm. Right. Every securities. Yeah. Wow. Wow. So, folks, if you have an iPhone, I don't know if Android has the same feature, but iPhone, if you look at the steps, you go into your settings under passwords and you go under security recommendations. Under that, you go to performance, horizon.com, and you'll see all of the passwords that have been recommended to be changed. And it'll show you, change the password for that website that it's been compromised. So all the detected all compromised passwords, it's all in there. So just go in there and take a look at it. I know I have an iPhone. Most of the folks that follow us on the way.com, they have iPhones. Folks in our clubhouse have iPhones. So folks, most of you can do this. So take a look and make sure that you're doing that. All right. Well, the hack, I don't know how much longer I have you, but what else you got, man? Anything else that's pressing that you can see that you want to let the people know? Because you gave us some gems already. So, I mean, I'm not going to be greedy here, but I'm just saying. Right. All right, sir. All right, well, folks, Hack, appreciate you as always. Thank you so much for the time. We have Hack next month, the last Wednesday of the month. So definitely tune into that, and we'll definitely give you guys some heads up as he comes on. So in the meantime, if you have any questions, put them in the chat. Otherwise, the Hack, man, we appreciate you, brother. All right, sir. Appreciate it. Thanks. All right, everybody. So we are back. If you guys are following us on YouTube, you'll see the link. And if you don't have it, I can just send it to you in an instant message if you want to get that. But we have that on there. Okay, so for folks who are just joining us late, we were just talking about the Forex broker that leaked billions of customer records online. This article kind of goes into the fact that 20 terabytes of sensitive customer data was accidentally leaked online by a popular online trading broker after it misconfigured a cloud database. Basically, essentially, this breach includes full names, emails, billing addresses, phone numbers, IP addresses, passport numbers, social media IDs, and ID verification scans, including national ID cards, driver's licenses, bank account statements, utility bills, and credit cards. So we're talking like everything that you actually care about right now is literally potentially leaked if you were a part of this Forex platform. So for any of my folks who trade Forex, definitely take a look at this article. It's on infosecurity/magazine.com. And again, there's so much data. Like I was looking up different subjects to talk about tonight for cybersecurity with the hack. And I'm telling you right now, there's so many things that are on here to talk about. So, for me, that was just one that I think kind of applied. So definitely wanted to go into that. So for folks, any questions about that? If not, I'm going to go into some stock stuff real quick. Password manager authentication app. Yeah. Jeff Kim, what's going on, man? Long time no see. All right. So we're going to go into the market now. Typically we start with the market, but we're going to end with the market today. All right. So if all of you are following the S&P, following the Dow, following these other, indicators, indexes, you've seen, and I have it up on our YouTube channel right now, over the last month, it's been kind of choppy. Last 6 months, it's up, but the last 5 days, it's down. Most of the stocks, and I'll be honest, most of the stocks in my portfolio, right? Most of them have a trend pattern that looks like this. Let's go through a few of them. Get on our YouTube. The link is in the bio. All right, so we've talked about marijuana stock, cannabis stocks, how we love them, we enjoy them, we appreciate them. Over the last 5 days, trending down. Tilray, right? Was at $27. Now it's at $22. If I look at Sundial, did the same thing. Over the last month, it's been pretty choppy as well, ranging from 28 as a high. Sorry, went to a high of 26, went down to as low as $18, went up again to about 31, down to 22. So right now what you're seeing is a very choppy market for a lot of the stocks. I mean literally I'm going through my Yahoo right now. My Yahoo, but my stock watch list. NEO down, Tilray down, FuelCell down, Inseego down, Plug down, Jumia down. Literally every single stock that I have on my list is literally going down by 10 to 20%, right? Okay, cool. So what should you do? Are you afraid? Are you scared? Are you wondering, well, what's the next move? Folks, we are consistent. And I'm on here to remind you that you are consistent. I don't care what the market is saying these stocks are doing right now. If all of it is red, that is money time for me, all right? That is when you invest more money. Why? Because you're basically getting an opportunity to buy all those same stocks that you had at a discount. Now, does it make sense? Like, if your portfolio had $10,000 in it, now it looks like it has 8,000 or even 5,000, depending on which stocks you have, right? You still own the same amount of shares that you had yesterday and last month. If you didn't invest in anything new, you need to continue purchasing. Right now is the best time to continue buying. Now, if this gets worse, buy more. I'm telling y'all right now, I've ridden out 2 market corrections so far. And the reason why wealthy people stay wealthy and folks who are now coming into their wealth go broke very quickly is because they don't have the resolve to wait through this. Waiting through this is the best thing that you can ever do. Like Johnny Boy is saying, ride it out. What does that mean? That means take it away from being an emotional decision and make it a very specific decision. I'm deciding to dollar cost average into my stocks. What does that mean? I'm going to continue to put the same amount of money into the stock market on a consistent basis into the stocks that I've chosen. Why? If I'm putting more money, we're using Tilray as an example. It's on our screen right now. So Tilray went from, for the last 5 days, I'm going to do the last 7 days, it went from $27 down to $22. This is a cannabis stock. We've talked about the cannabis industry, the fact that it's growing by 3 times over the next 3 years. I am saying to all of you right now, as the stock price falls, you have to continue purchasing shares. It's very simple. And I know it seems counterintuitive. It seems like it doesn't make sense. Why would you put more money in something that's going down? Understand that you're not putting money in something going down. You're buying something at a lower cost. You see the difference? So your money's already in the market. You're buying something at a lower cost because the price of the stock that you would have bought last week is now 10% cheaper than it was. Actually, well, in Tilray's case, it's down $8 out of 28. So that's about 20%, 25%. Okay. It's on a 25% discount right now. How many of those would you buy? If I told you any product in the mall was going to be 25% cheaper right now, how many of them would you buy? That's literally what the conversation is right now. And folks look at it from the standpoint of, well, my account balance is down by 25%. I don't want to put more money into this. I'm saying to you, do not get caught up in your account balance. It's irrelevant. It matters, but in the long term, remember, we're investing 3 years. Right now, we're going through a pandemic. We're going through literally COVID-19, which is going and ravaging companies, businesses, families. This is a real thing. It's not like it's fake. This is actually a real thing that's happening. It's impacting the market. Finally, should have happened a long time ago, but now it's happening. Fine. Let us take advantage of that. You know, folks who make money in the market are folks who know how to day trade and folks who know how to invest in the long term. You know, and there's actually, just so you know, this is not rocket science. There's actually a software that you can pay for that tells you the trend of your stock, right? And how it's going to move over the next 24 hours. Like there's literally people purchase, like there are brokers that purchase this type of software where they're not using any sort of intelligence or logic. They're saying, hey, I'm just going to invest wherever the software tells me to invest. Like they're using algorithms the entire time. You can still beat them because they're coming in and out of the market. They're trading every 24 hours. Like they're trading day trading, right? As long as you're purchasing more shares as the price goes down, you're buying shares at a discount. As you're doing that over time, again, you're consistently adding and contributing to your position. That is going to equal out to the same growth that they're going to have over the long run. Because there are going to be days where they're, again, not in the market when it's doing a run. And you already had shares that were at a very, very low cost that are now riding the entire time. So for me, again, all of us that are in here to build generational wealth, it does not take, like it takes conscious decisions. Like you have to be mindful and you have to be consistent and you have to weather the storm. Back in 2008, 2009, I'm telling you, like I I literally had clients lose half of their investment portfolio, right? But they didn't really lose it. The value of it just went down, but the amount of things they owned stayed the same. And for the folks who sold at the bottom, when the market rebounded, they were never able to make that money back up, right? And that's what I don't want to see happen here, where folks are seeing their portfolio shrinking. They're invested in good stocks that have a pretty good 3 to 4 year run, and you're not letting that happen. You're not investing more into those stocks. It's counterintuitive. I get that, but you still need to do it. So here's the best thing that I want to tell everyone. So for folks who are invested in some of the stocks that we're invested in, your portfolio went down. I get it. All the stocks that you picked that were looking great in January and February, they're now back to where they started or they're worse. Okay, cool. What are you going to do? Buy more. Buy more. And again, stocks go up and down, but certain industries will continue to trajectory going up, regardless of what. I have a few of them in mind. So do you. Again, ride them out. This is a good time to rebalance your portfolio as well. If there's some certain stocks that you have that you no longer want to invest anymore in, okay, I understand that. I would say still try to get a few shares at these lower prices, but really check your portfolio because again, some of these companies may not survive the next 4 years, right? I've only picked ones that will. So for me, it's like if I have a company that's going to survive the next 4 years, a small cap company, it's going to survive, cool, invest. You will thank me in 2023. All right. So does anyone have anything I want to talk about right now? Because we have another, 12 minutes. If they don't, I'm going to definitely go into some stuff I learned about health that I'd like to share with you guys. So I'm looking through the screen board. What's going on, Sanchez P? What's going on, Victoria? How you doing? Kenny Rock, what's up, man? Long time. Brother Jeremiah, what's going on, brother? How you doing? KS Smoothie. Vincent, what's going on? All right. So if you're not following us on YouTube, please come over there. We're kind of looking through some things. What I want to share with you lastly is immunization. So we talked about, the hack that happened for folks who were doing Forex, lost a lot of their personal information. So now I want to talk to you guys about immunization. Okay. So since we're talking about viruses digitally, let's talk about viruses in real life. So, when we talk about your health and the health of your children, right? They're not talking about vaccinating kids now for COVID-19. There's a trial that's going on right now. And I'm just going to let y'all know that that's up to each and every individual. But here's the difference. Now, many of you growing up, I think you guys remember getting vaccinations when you were growing up. I remember getting a few of mine. And today's child, okay, from birth to 15 months, there are 16 vaccines that they're supposed to have between the ages of 0 and 15 months going into 18 years of life. I'll list them out for you. Hepatitis B, rotavirus, diphtheria, tetanus, and acellular pertussis, hemophilus. I'm not even going to read these names because, I'm not a doctor. So someone told me to stay in my financial and business lane and not go into venture into the health lane. And I'm saying I understand why I can't pronounce half of these things. Influenza, measles, mumps, and rubella, varicella, hepatitis A, tetanus, human papillomavirus, meningococcal, whatever that is, meningococcal B, pneumococcal polysaccharide. Like all of these things are are vaccines for potential viruses as you're a baby growing into your 18th year. And you have multiple doses of certain of these things, right? So all of these vaccines that are scheduled between 0 and 15 months, and again, from 15 months to 18 years of age, none of them have ever happened during an outbreak of hepatitis B. None of these viruses ever happened during an outbreak of rotavirus. We've never had a vaccination plan for pneumococcal conjuncture. Like we've never had that. Like all of these things, measles. We don't have a measles outbreak, mumps and rubella. We are not vaccinating babies from 0 to 15 months during an outbreak of measles. Why is that? Why don't people do that? Just ask yourself that question, So again, this is the type of information that, again, is interesting to see the change in time. Back in the 80s and the 90s, we weren't as vaccinated as a population as we are today. And that does speak a lot to the different types of ailments that are coming out. But I want you guys to kind of ask yourself, are you doing other things to strengthen your immune response? And during COVID, everyone knows to wash their hands. Everyone knows to take care of themselves and their body. But I'm going to ask you this, have you ever thought about fasting? Have you thought about looking at doing a dry fast and making sure that you can realign your body and its mechanics? Have you looked at different ways of getting vitamin B12 or getting different omega fatty acids in your system in order to help boost your response? Like, there are a lot of things that we can do. Drinking ginger teas, drinking hot teas more often. These are all simple things that, again, vaccines are going to work. They're going to do their thing, but your natural immunity is always going to be the most powerful and strongest thing that you have working for you. And again, we're talking about viral escape. We're talking about those things that happened, the new strains that are coming out. Even if you're vaccinated, you may not be able to be like, your results may not be clear if this new strain comes in that's a stronger version. So at the end of the day, all of us have to do the same thing. Whether you're vaccinated or not, you have to make sure that your immune system and your immune response is strong, and that you're getting the right amount of rest, that you're putting the right amount of nutrients in your body, that you have vitamin B12, that you have vitamin B17. If you know what that is, definitely look that up. Looking at all of the ways to make yourself alkaline as possible. That's the key. A virus can't survive in your body if it's in an alkaline form. It's just not possible. So we've got to continue to kind of study these different, ancient remedies and ancient foods that actually work in our system. So I'll leave you guys with that. So, I think, again, I appreciate all of you. Thank you for joining us on this Wealth Wednesday. We're going to be on Clubhouse talking about the cybersecurity leaks and hacks and ways to protect your data. I think ThaHackman mentioned a few sites. If you want to go back and review this, there's a few sites that you can go to in order to protect your fiscal information. We got Fee Service from American Express. We have Credit Secure. And I think he mentioned another one as well. Again, these are all organizations that can literally put money towards any sort of cyber threat hack that may happen, that may compromise your money, your investments, whatever it may be, up to $1 million. So definitely take a look into it. They're not really expensive. I think they're ranging from $9 to $30 a month per person. So, if you have a lot of money to risk and a lot of money to protect, $9 is a very small cost to protect that. So with that, I will take any questions about any stocks. If you guys have any stocks you want us to take a look at real quick, please put them in the chat. And we can kind of scroll through them right now on our YouTube channel so that you can take a look. If you guys don't know, the YouTube channel is in the background in my profile. Just click a link on that, get in there. Any questions about stocks? Busy Billy, what up? All right, if not, okay, cool. All right, so folks, thank you so much for your time. Again, stay healthy, hug your loved ones. Make sure to investigate and research the definition of vaccine, of immunity, of what it means, and why, it's important for you to have an understanding of the terminology used in the medical profession, because folks are throwing out words without actually having the defined word mean what they're actually talking about. So definitely be aware of that. Again, if you haven't seen the video that I was talking about in my last post, DM me, I can send it to you. You can take a look at that and make up your own mind. My thing is, no information is bad information. Anyone that tells you not to look into something that could be potentially good for your health, question that person's morality, because again, information can never hurt anyone, right? It gives you more opportunity to make the right choice for yourself. So if you're going to try and shut down information, that means you're trying to hurt my ability to make a decision, which can't be in my best interest, right? So these are the types of things that we got to think about for ourselves, for our families, for our loved ones. Make sure that you're making the right choices for them, because this is for them at the end of the day. It's not for us. So with that being said, Bev, appreciate you. Jeremiah, appreciate you coming through, brother. I'll probably see you guys on Clubhouse tonight. We'll be starting up Clubhouse at 9:30. So I'll see you guys over there as we normally do. Until then, everyone, stay safe, be good to each other. Love you guys. And thank you for joining me another Wealth Wednesday. We'll see you guys next week. All right, Jeff, man, appreciate you as well, brother.